Welcome everyone and welcome to our next edition, another edition of All In All United. Your boys Reem and Nico on the inside. Nico, what vibes? What
Yeah,
vibes?
boy. Today was a masterful performance if you look at it in general. In spurts. I mean, but we're grateful for the win today. The vibes good. You're feeling like we're going somewhere. You're feeling like is a big team now. You're really feeling like Manchester United is a big team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In terms of that, yeah, the vibes was nice. The vibes were
Vibes,
nice.
nice vibes, nice vibes. Now,
Yeah.
before we go into the normal discussions about the game and to do our review of the win versus Sheffield United today, it had a topic that I wanted to bring up because I really want us to talk about something that brewing, and it stemmed after a couple incidents that I mean the concern genuine, right? And I'm talking about De Gea, right? And a lot of people saying De Gea pass his best, and it's about time to bring in Henderson, and then Henderson now on the wing waiting. It seems as though he don't want to go on another loan because he wants some certainty where his future is concerned. And if he can sign a next long-term contract with Man United, then he don't want to be on loan here, then on loan there, then on loan
Right.
somewhere else. And then now you find that he are not really as as solid as we know him to be. I mean, they have set the bar so high that some of the mistakes that he's been making, you had a question whether it's form, or whether he just losing it now.
Right.
When you think about the situation with De Gea, whether he should and Henderson on the wings, whether we should drop De Gea, bring in Henderson, what do you think?
For me, goalkeepers are like fine wine. They get better as they age. Players like Van der Sar, Schmeichel. I mean, those fellas went late into their careers, still in exceptional form. I think they are really going through a patch. I mean, even last season too. The end of last season, he course we are better. But I think there's just his dip. I think there's his dip within his career. But I think after this, I think the only way is up. And in terms of in terms of that, I would really like to keep on to him, keep him, them continue to be our number one. I would like for that to be the case. Henderson, on the other hand, I could definitely see him. Well, I mean, at United, but maybe as a number two.
Number two, boy.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because I mean, and I'm saying it in this way is that if he comes in as a number two and in training and even the games he play, good night, Davian. Yeah, man. And in training and good night, Josiah. Right? Yeah, and in training and in games, right, that he played, he proven that, he pushing the hair, I mean, for that spot, then maybe automatically or naturally it would happen. But for me, it would have to happen with him being number two. With him being on loan, and playing for other teams, the pressure is not the pressure that he will be under playing for United. So the only how we could really develop to that next level is playing for United. And for now, I was stand with the here in spite of the errors. I saying as soon as you could, maybe not next season, but the season after that, bring him in as the number two, let him challenge the here. I think we might even get the best out of the here, right? And if the here doesn't step up, then Henderson, I mean, we will have no reason to question the decision to put Henderson as number one.
All right, that's a very very good take on it. And for the guys who joining us, we were just discussing this whole conundrum that Man United possibly facing with Dean Henderson, on the wings waiting to come in. He's supposed to renew his contract, but he not too comfortable with the whole loan arrangement. And then you have De Gea there, who Nico called it a little dip in form, but I mean, how long? Because he dipping and it's costing us for the past 2 seasons, and even in the season, he some costly errors, So, I mean, give us your opinions,
Hey,
guys.
Jody, good night.
Yeah, man, Jody, good night. Josiah and Davion, nice for having all on the inside. So yeah, that is something that we'll definitely have to discuss, and we will see how that develops, Nico. You know, whether because Oli continue to encourage
pretty.
and show his faith in De Gea. And I know
Right.
Oli is one of the best managers we've been seeing right now. You know, he can go out like Mourinho and blast one of the players in public.
Right.
You know, so we'll see how this one goes. So this is something to keep your finger and your eye on. You know, this whole this goalkeeping arrangement with Henderson and De Gea, right?
Yeah.
So
And
guys,
before you go on, I just want to big up the Barca fan inside. Pretty, you know what I mean? Good to have, you know what I mean, Barcelona fans, you know, taking a Man United chat now, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah,
welcome.
yeah. Well, welcome. We watch me. We all encompassing. We welcoming everybody. You know.
Yeah.
Right, Nicole. So we get into the mix today. As we were saying in the earlies, was a very, very good day. Not only in results, but in terms of the overall performance. You know, I was very, very pleased and very impressed with how we went about today. You know, and you know, we'll let me get in the mix.
Yeah. First, I want to congratulate you. I mean, you had the team selection spot on. You know, I think you got the team selection right, and I definitely congratulate you on that. The, again, the team selection I think was warranted. The only difference for me, I might at least from my team selection would matter. You know, that's because I know we have a lot of the ball, you know, and with the extra guile, the extra experience on the ball, playing in the deep, you know, I mean, playing deep with a team that was a low block brand. I think Mata would have also may have done well, you know. But nonetheless, I think Oli got it spot on. I think this team selection that's a selection that a lot of fans was calling for. You know, I said I want to see what it do, right? And we will get into that. But today I think Oli definitely got the team selection right.
Let me just before we go, I just want to Jody had weighed in on the whole the hair topic. He said that he think the hair different form has a lot to do with how the team was playing. I still think a keeper have a responsibility, yeah, and some of the mistakes that he was making, I can't blame so much. I can't say it was the team, you know, because it was somewhat of basic errors that he was making, you know, fundamental errors, and I think that's the issue that people having. Whether it's his concentration, whether he mentally not in it, whether he mentally not at the level, you know, I don't know. But I think back to the game, Nico. This is what I was saying from the start. When our team sit back, because we knew Sheffield coming into this game, Sheffield didn't have Dean Henderson, you know, their standout goalkeeper who we were talking about
Right.
for the season. They didn't have one of their more resilient top centre backs in Edgar or whoever.
Egon.
Egon.
Yeah.
And I think Connolly or something like that. He and all was
Right.
he's an ex-defender, right? So three key players wasn't there for Sheffield,
Right.
right? So they went into the game a little bit weaker than we would have expected or we would have had faced if we played them earlier in the season, before the Corona break, that is. So I always knew that coming into this, they were a solid defensive team. They were going to sit back. But what I also noticed about Sheffield is that they're not afraid to play as well. Because if you compare this game to the Tottenham game, they allowed for a lot of space between the lines. Even though they were defensive, they're well drilled. So you would see them recover, but they left a lot of spaces. They didn't play as compact as Tottenham played, right? Which allowed us, you know, spaces to you know, pounce on and take advantage of. That being said, I do agree and I stand firm that Oli picked the right team today. We call for Pogba to start. We call for Matt.
Yeah.
At least myself. Call
I
for
had matched my team also.
right. I call for Matic. I call for Pogba and I call for Greenwood because I thought that Fred, McTominay, and Daniel James against Tottenham against a low block team, it didn't make sense when he needed the penetration. He needed players with guile, and I saw that today. You know, I saw how Matic, and I don't know if you noticed something, Nico. From the time the game started, Shaw and Bissaka push up, so it was like we were actually playing a 3-5.
Playing 3 in the back. Yeah, we was playing 3 in the back.
3. or a 3, yeah, however it was a 3-4-3,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And Matic was playing, as an extra defensive
Centre
player.
back, yeah.
Yeah, centre back. And he was creating from deep and bringing out the ball from deep. And I thought watching Matic was real good today.
Yeah.
Pogba and all, Nico. Pogba's more performance. People, even myself, we talk about Pogba's discipline or his indiscipline, and this and that. But Pogba's performance today, Nico, was mature. It was disciplined. He held his position. He kept it simple, and that was very, very, very impressive from Pogba. I don't know if you want to comment anything on the defensive line.
Well, again, as you said with Pogba, I think I definitely want to weigh in on that. I think Pogba had a very mature performance. As you said, he was very simple. He didn't overdo anything, and even the things that he did that normally might have, let me say, overdo. You know what I mean? It was very efficient. The balls that he played were very efficient, and one of the most outstanding. Well, he had two balls today that was immaculate. The one for Rashford, right?
Ooh, that was sweet,
And
boy.
and then the one for Marshall last goal. That ball came deep where Pogba would have read Bruno making that run, that cutting across run, and let's time it. You know what I mean? So I think today he was very efficient, without being extravagant. And I think he really, well, I mean, and also coming back from the injury, feeling himself back out, starting the game, where he was into the game, and you know what I mean, it was just a cruise for him today. You know what I mean? And I think that today was a breath of fresh air within the team, the performance today.
Yeah, and I think what we saw today, Nicole, was a lot of interplay, a lot of combination plays. Even though, in my opinion, a lot of them didn't come off. But the fact that it was happening and it was something very, very good to see. I also saw some patterns of play. We always used to talk about whether they used to work on patterns of play. I
Right.
also saw a lot of patterns of play taking effect on the field today. And I mean, I could actually say, Nico, after watching today,
Right.
wait, now, and now them fellas actually doing stuff in training because you're
Uh,
seeing certain things working
right.
out now.
Yeah.
But I will always lament, Nico, once you have the right players on the field,
Exactly. Alongside the tools. Alongside the
once you
tools.
have the right players, you will
Yeah.
get the quality. Because I watching even people criticize Martial after the first game against Tottenham, and I'm a boy, so a little passionate
Yeah.
about it now. Look at that Martial today. The man
Yeah.
running, the man making runs. You understand?
I
Holding
think
up play.
yeah. I think definitely he was real sharp today, but he was sharp as a razor blade. The man was real sharp because that first goal, it came in with so much power, yeah, and so quick that I was even surprised when the ball hit the back of the net. And when you look at it, you saw that he reacted. It's not like it just hit over him, or he saw it and he reacted, and it, in the back of the net. And I think today, he was, as you said, he was on song. Today he was on top form today.
Yeah, yeah. And this is what happens when you have, I'll say it again earlier, when you have the right players on the pitch. You get confidence within your own self because you know if I make a run, I'm gonna get it. You understand what I'm saying? And you see, it makes it also difficult for the defenders to try to mark out any one particular player who don't know, well, everything can come through this one player. It's had Pogba to deal with, and then Bruno movement is our next thing. Even though,
Yeah.
Nico, I thought today, especially in the first half, Bruno was a bit wasteful. But
Right.
again, with a creative player, you had to expect that they will try stuff.
Yeah, and then too, as you're saying with Bruno, the where Bruno play, like we say in that number 10 position, right? After Bruno is your forward line. So you're expecting that is where you would lose most of the balls now because you're defenders, right? So you expect that is where you would lose the ball. You don't want to lose the ball deeper than that. You want to bring it to that position, and that is where you want to try things. Because anything after that, as long as you get your final ball right after that, then there's a shot on goal. So if you had to lose it, or if you had to be, try something, but you tried there and you
Yeah,
tried somewhere else, what I
yeah,
mean? Because I think
yeah,
that is where we would lose most of our possession anyway. In most football games, where teams will lose their possession. But knowing that you have the quality that you know for sure that 2, 3, 4 chances you will get through it, then I guess, you know what I mean? Yes, he was wasteful, but you know, you had to take it with that pinch of salt.
Yeah,
you know, because
yeah.
the moment that you get through is a quality ball and is through on the keeper one-on-one, you know, that kind of stuff. So
And
I
as
think
they say that,
I could live with that.
and as they say that, you know how much flicks today he tried and it didn't come off, but the flick, but then he tried the flick in for Martial third goal,
Right.
and it came through. So
Exactly.
a creative player just had to take risks, and I think
Right.
that's what Ollie keeps saying. He wants his players, especially the attacking players, to take risks. You know,
And
some of them won't come
yeah.
off, but you know.
And that was one of the issues we had with Pogba, right? Pogba used to be taking those risks deeper.
Yeah.
And when you take that risk deeper and you lose the ball, then after that, it's a shot on your goal.
Yeah, yeah,
right? Which a lot of times happen to Pogba. So you
yeah.
know, so where Bruno doing it that way, we want it to happen. You
Right,
know,
right.
don't do it deep in your back line where anything after that shot on goal. You know, do it
Yeah.
up there, and we can live with that.
All right. Jody's saying he make her out. He take Marcel out. He football. He
Yeah,
fantasy Premier League
boy,
team.
I too, boy.
Here
But
now.
I only do that to make space, eh?
Here
But
now. Here
you
now.
have him? You have
I
him?
no, but I make a decision because I realize every time I put Marcel in my fantasy team or
Right.
any player I put in my fantasy team, then fellas is too long themselves. So I say for the sake of Man United, I'm not playing Marcel in my team at all. And not come and say hattrick. It's not you alone, Jody. It's not you alone. You know, but it was good to see, and I can't help but feel good, Nico, about was seeing the front. I don't want to call it the front five, the front three plus the likes of Bruno and Pogba. You know,
Right.
the kind of combination interplay that I saw, the movement, the one touch movement, the ball over the top, the through balls.
Yeah.
You know, it was very pleasant to see. I feel good about my team having a higher IQ.
Right.
Football IQ now. You
Right.
know, and I think the more it happens, is the more confident they will get, and the more they will try new things. Because you talk about that chip, that was an audacious trip from Pogba,
Yeah, for sure.
and a little more composure in front of goal, and that would be a beauty, Nico.
Exactly.
You understand?
Today Rashford finishing wasn't, I don't know where he left his finishing boots. Davian Bruno made some key passes. So I don't know if Rashford left him his finishing boots. For me, I thought Marshall had enough time to curl it around the keeper. But however, the pass and all was, you know what I mean, should have been a goal. You know, I thought Marshall would have took it. I thought he had enough time to make up his mind from inception. To me, he waited too long even for Rashford. However, Rashford should have scored. You know, so no blame on Marshall. However, Rashford should have done better. And then that chance they said with Pogba again, Rashford should have done better. At least make the keeper safe. You know, so but however, he redeemed himself a bit where he got 2 assists. You know, for the first goal and for the last goal. So again, Rashford redeemed himself more or less. And I think with the run of games, I think he would continue to play. I think all he knows that is what he needs. He needs game time, and then that sharpness will come back.
Yeah. Jody's saying, hey, today is Jody's birthday. Happy birthday, boy, Jody, boy.
Happy birthday, bro.
You could not really ask for a better present. Man, you did well. You know, and it wasn't one of them kind of scrape win. You know, we were convincing winners. And yeah, buddy, that was for you. That was for you. So hope you enjoy the rest of your day. You know, and thanks for joining me on your birthday. You know, we appreciate that at all.
Man.
You know. Nico, just to touch on what you say about I think it was a kind, the kind of partnership and the kind of synergy Cole and York had.
Right.
Where they always used to try to feed each other. I think that's what Rashford and Martial was trying to do. Because the first goal, Rashford assisted Martial. And Martial know how Rashford display. He know Rashford was blazing coming. So a simple tick. And, you know, but Rashford saw it. His eye was on the ball. He was supposed to score. You know, so I mean, You would I really want Marcel to be a little more selfish there and dink the keeper because we know he and Aubameyang is the two chip
Yeah,
kings,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
son.
And that keeper done went on the ground already, so
He
that'll
done,
be
he done,
easy.
he done flat down. He done
Yeah.
flat down.
So
So I thought he'd go for it, but again, he could have scored a Beaver trick today. So he
yeah.
could have scored 4.
Josiah saying Rashid's still rusty. Needed
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hopefully he ain't gonna take too long to get back into that kind of
yeah,
sharpness because we need all cylinders firing, for this running. Every game is like a final right now.
yeah.
So and I thought Nico, what was your opinion on Greenwood today, boy?
Um, phew, to me, he he have an interplay, yes. But to me, I didn't see him much today. He didn't shine much for me today. Maybe he did stuff that maybe my eyes wasn't on, but to me, he didn't stand out as much. He had a shot in the second half where at deflection it went a bit wide at the post. You know what I mean? Maybe 2 inches to the right and it would have been a goal. But he didn't stand out as much to me because we had a lot of standout players today. A lot of players that would have the ball now. That he was just there to, that's for the interplay, and if a shot, to take the shot, But again, solid. You're just solid for me today.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you. You see, in a team when you have the likes of Pogba,
Right.
Bruno, Martial, Rashford, to stand out,
Yeah,
you have to
yeah,
come real good.
yeah.
But I do agree that Greenwood had a solid performance today. He was defensively good, in tracking back and winning some balls, even going forward. I thought he gave his defender problems. It was he's not easily predictable like Daniel James. He could
Right.
cut out, he could go outside, he could come on the inside,
Yeah.
and that's the kind of unpredictability you want from your front three. So for me, I thought he did well to earn a run of games. You
Aaron
know,
Gibbs.
yes, I thought Greenwood did good, and I mean, you
Mm.
saw. I even saw. I find he looked a little bit stronger. He looked a little bigger,
Right.
bulky.
Fitter.
You
Yeah.
know, I talk about the physical now.
Yeah, physically. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he developing real good, and I want to get a longer run in the team. The unpredictability of our front three, Nico, is what we need. And while I do have no issue in principle with Daniel James, he a little bit on the predictable side, and he limited for me. You know, Simeon, welcome. He's saying Bissaka offense, yeah, boy.
Yeah,
Bissaka had
excellent
some.
cross for the second goal. I think
Yeah,
the interplay for the second goal, like, what I mean, how composed we were for that second goal. At that point where Bruno, I thought was gonna shoot. What I mean, he faked the shoot about twice. Composed himself past the Pogba and all. What I mean, kind of fake. Where I thought Pogba would have shoot. What I mean, and they just had that composure now. And then with the ball being fed to Wan-Bissaka, I thought he'd have come back to Pogba. What I mean, dip his shoulder, went down the line, and it was a beautiful cross and a beautiful finish.
yeah. Now I want to talk about this, Nico, and
Mm,
I mean because people always have the world a thing to say about
right.
my boy, so I just
Yeah.
want to take some time to focus on Martial's performance today. Now,
You get
before,
nothing more than a minute and a half.
yeah, hold on. Right.
Yeah.
So after the game against Spurs, there was talking down Martial and Igalo better suited for low block and this and that and the other. Now, our team, this Manchester United team, hasn't scored a hat trick since Van Persie under Ferguson. How much years that was, Nico?
That was 7 years.
About 7 years since Ferguson leaves. So 7 years since our team scored a hat trick. And Anthony Martial came up with the goods today. Now,
But I still take it out a pinch of salt,
hold on,
because
let me
it
finish now.
had
Let me finish. Let
it
me
had
finish.
games where players
Let
was
me
on two
finish.
goals and
Martial
only
was on 2 goals.
and only
And
pull him
pull him
off,
off.
eh?
Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah. Hold
Right.
on.
So
Hold
let
hold
me take
on.
it out a pinch of salt too now.
No,
Anyway, go ahead.
when we
Go
take out that
ahead.
picture, the quality of the player or the
No,
player and the
that
manager.
we could have scored a hat trick before that. But anyway,
Right.
go ahead.
All right. Now, I say all of that to say this.
Mm.
Once my boy getting the quality service and he have the players around him.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Then you will see what Marcel has to offer. Right? Marcel is a very calculated player. You're not going to be seeing Marcel pelting and running down everybody and trying to skate and bruise up no knee. Marcel's not going through that. But at the end of the day, once you put the ball on Marcel's feet and you have the right men to joke around him, you're going to see quality. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want people to hold upon that man. You understand?
Yeah, but no doubt about that.
Allow the man to express himself in the right context. Because you put plenty other strikers and have men like Lingard and Pereira servicing them, and they will ring the same way.
Yeah, for sure.
So kudos to Marcel today for a brilliant hat-trick, and 2 of the goals he scored was 2 traditional number 9 goals. And to top it off with the third goal was a beauty, a Martial goal, I like to call it.
Yeah, so, and then again, the interplay for that last goal again.
Tremendous, Nico. Tremendous. Yeah. Pogba, Bruno flick, Martial, late over to Rashford.
Make a run. Yeah,
and that was a
intelligent
very nice
run.
And
that was a perfect pass because that was through 2 players. You know what I mean? I think that well weighted everything. I think definitely a beautiful pass.
Let me put a stay too, Nico. Normally, right? A normal player on a hat-trick, right? In a situation where Marcel found himself for the 3rd goal, go try to blast up before you know your nerves, they want to get your 3rd goal. And that man was so cool and calm to play over that keeper in the dream.
The only thing I say with that, with 75,000 people in the stands, you never know. With an empty stadium, I'm not going to do anything.
Nico,
I'm not taking away. I'm not taking away anything from the man, but I'm just saying. No. I just say with nobody in the stands, it would definitely get a little easier. You know, but we saw him do it. We saw him score some brilliant goals. Everybody know which goal for one. I can remember that. I know which goal was a different goal. That which goal was.
You mean against Watford? Against Watford.
Watford, yes, Watford.
And how much people was in the stand? It was an empty stand, though.
No, it wasn't empty. Well, I just saying that, on your hat trick, you know what I mean? A whole open goal, you might have blasted, which we saw Marshall do and a lot of times. I can remember a clear one against Liverpool, right? Where he could have used that composure and slot it and he blasted, right? However, with nobody in the stands,
Oh, please. Come on.
Nobody stands,
Josiah saying comedy man, Marcel on fire today.
No doubt.
Yes.
Right, so
Jimenez saying that check was class. Yes. So let me keep it coming.
There's one thing though, some people might disagree. The midfield for me still, we didn't have anybody to recover that ball. We didn't have anybody with that intensity of a Fred or even a McTominay to win back that ball now, because a lot of, even if you're looking at Fred, a lot of the work Fred does really do is in winning back that ball, winning back that ball and playing it forward. That is what Fred does normally do. Although today maybe we didn't need it, but you could have seen that we didn't have that type of player, because Pogba and even Matic is not that type of player. Both of them, could play between the lines, could see passes, that kind of thing. When it comes to the dirty work, the hard work, the grafting, they are not that type of player now. And to me, I think that we need that at least one and that type of player in the team. Playing against teams that maybe we would boss the possession. Yes, I could see it this way. However, teams that we will definitely have to work hard. I think we will be under real pressure if we play Matic and Pogba in the team at the same time. I could be wrong, but what I say, maybe you could play Matic and Pogba, but you had to have somebody to do that dirty work now.
You see, Matic today, no, and I want to agree with you, because sometimes you need, when teams not going to sit back and teams going to play football, and teams have the ability to possess the ball. Probably you may need players who could get that kind of intensity and that kind of energy and tenacity in your midfield. But I don't know. I just find today Matic had a real kind of calming influence on that. He was calm in possession. He picked out some really, really good passes from deep. And you see, that's the problem I'm having, because you talk about the kind of player that will, be up and down, to try to break up plays, but you also want that player to be composed in possession, and I really not seeing that in McTominay, and I'm not seeing it in Fred now.
Yeah, so we had to get a hybrid.
We had to get a hybrid.
We had to get a hybrid because because really and truly, even with the team we played today, right? I mean, in terms of Sheffield, let me just say it, if we really had somebody to win back that ball, because they had possession on us at times where we were struggling to win back the ball, and the only time we can really get back the ball is when the ball go out for a throw or a goal kick or something like that, right? However, let me say if we had somebody to really win back that ball and even set the players that we had out there free with space, the players like Rashford and Marshall and Greenwood and Bruno, set them free with space. It could have even been different today also. If we had that intensity and that quality, however, today worked. Yeah?
But you don't think in a game, that I mean the little period of possession that that Sheffield had. You don't think that that's just normal in a game that possession got traded, but it's all about what they do with possession, because similar to the Spurs game, the possession Sheffield had, even though they were knocking, it wasn't really penetrating. So our defensive line that we set up was more so to contain them than to try to win it back. You understand? To force a mistake, and then we set back up to play our game. Now, I'm not saying that Sheffield didn't have that moment when, the chances are, because our defense have a mistake in it. I tell you that. That's why at 1-0, I wasn't comfortable at all, because I know we have a mistake in the defense. But at the same time, football is trading punches, right? So we know that at a point in time, the opposition would have a little period of possession, but it was really to keep them at bay and ensure that possession wasn't going to convert into any kind of real opportunities. And if you watch the stats for the game, Nico, Sheffield only had one shot on target, and that was later in the second half. Not in the first half when they had that period of possession.
Okay, the only thing I want to say on that is football is about trading punches if both teams are the same level. Because here I was saying that I can remember even when we had times where we played Manchester City, and by the time we get the ball, after one pass, they win it back, and they're coming at me again. You understand? It had times where it had no spell of possession in the game, right? We were just only hoping on top of hope, right, for a chance. So, yes, I hear about trading punches, but I think if you really want to go at the higher level, it shouldn't have that. You understand? They should be struggling for possession. Maybe should just, by the time they try to make a pass, you should be winning back that ball and attacking again. Right? Because that would the top teams does do.
Well, at the end of the day, Nico, you gotta look at game plan, right? You gotta look at player abilities on the field. Now, that game that you're talking about against City, right? We went in with a very poor game plan. I remember that game.
Yeah.
That game plan was poor. We went in and everything was supposed to go long to run down. So obviously the waves go keep coming at you. We didn't go into them games to play City with any intent to maintain possession, because every time we get the ball, it was to launch, right? For whoever we had running up on top. So it all depends on our team game plan.
That's what I said. And the only reason we were going to that game plan with City, because we know we don't have the quality to match them. We don't have the quality to match them in the midfield. We don't have it. So let's try to bypass the midfield, because we know we're not good enough in the midfield.
I tend to want to challenge that to some extent, because the same.
You're not challenge City midfield with our midfield?
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Especially at that time.
In terms of ability, Nico, I'm not saying if we wanted, we could have go in and probably try to move the ball around better. But that is not what the game plan was. Our game plan was to launch ball and hope. Them fellas hit and hope. So obviously we will always be under pressure in a situation like that. But Sheffield is let me don't underestimate Sheffield. I remember them in 4th place or 5th place or wherever they are by merit.
Yeah, I think it was about 6, 7.
Yeah, they played good football.
Yeah. And I think the break didn't work in the favor at all.
Yeah, it didn't.
Yeah,
and if it's one thing Sheffield has done good throughout the season, even against some of the top 6 teams, is possess the football. So comparing Sheffield to that Man United team that you're talking about there,
but it's still Sheffield is still Man United. So it's Sheffield is Man United.
All right, but But I hear what you're saying. But and what Matic did today, Nico, Fred not giving you that. Fred giving you an aspect of it, and McTominay giving you a next aspect of it. While you would lose some of the the physicality, probably the mobility and the tenacity, to break up plays from the McTominay and Fred, I think probably we might have to look at it at a game by game basis.
Yeah.
But today, Matic was perfect.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
So guys, feel free to let us know who your man of the match is. Nico, who's your man of the match?
But my man, I actually only go one way. I mean, the hat trick in the last summer since Fergie was here.
Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah, it could only go one way. Yeah, AM9.
Yeah. Josiah saying agreed. Teams who are matched differently in depth cannot play punch for punch. I think this is support of your point, Nico. That's why Barca and Bayern does run through teams. My own respectfully. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's a very, very good point. I think you're in agreement with what Nico was saying. So yeah, and I agree with you. Martial was good in on the ball, off the ball. He was pressing high. Even in possession, he was making things happen, and he took his 3 goals really, really well. In the post match,
I think a close second will be Matic.
Yeah. I agree with you. There. In the post match interview, Martial said, he thinks Oli will be very, very pleased with his first 2 goals, because that the kind of goals Oli, kind of behind him to score.
Yeah.
And now that
19 goals for the season.
No penalties, eh?
Nice, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that one.
Yeah, no penalties.
Nice, I wasn't aware of that one.
Man of the match, I've been saying man of the match to here. What save is that by what they had a save to make today? What's fair? Anyway, guys, so I just want to bring up this thing now, Nico.
Right.
Oli made 5 substitutions today. 1 shot. Right? He took off Martial, Greenwood, Rashford, Pogba, and Bruno. Right? Now we playing Norwich City on Saturday in the FA Cup. How do you think Oli is going to approach that? Because remember, we have a deeper squad, men need minutes.
Right, yeah.
But at the same time, what I'm looking at is the ring rust. This Norwich team already played 3 or 4 games, so they're a little more into their rhythm. And to go and put a fresh team against Norwich, even though we know we had the quality, I mean, that kind of chemistry, you might be shooting yourself in the leg. Going and playing a fresh team out and a full new team, like men, minutes, might work against us. So what you think, considering these substitutions, but then again, it's Norwich City. What do you think?
I think he will try to stick as long as his back 4 is fit. I think he'll stick with the back 4. I think he would continuity and understanding in the back 4. I honestly think. Well, I mean, I hope he do that. I don't know. Again, if players starting to feel niggles, that they might opt out. Because we know that players like Williams, who maybe deserve a game. He never let us down. However, I feel he might go for a similar back 4. Maybe just make 1 change in the back 4. In midfield, I definitely feel that Fred and McTominay will come back in, especially Fred, who didn't play today. I think Fred will come back in. I also think Daniel James will come back in. Right? And Igalo.
So more or less, if he will rotate the squad, he will rotate
definitely. Yeah, I honestly feel like Pogba will play, but not the whole game. And I don't think that Pogba and Bruno would start the game. I think maybe might be one. However, again, he really won the FA Cup and he might go with a full strength team and make 5 substitutions. I mean, if they win if they make the game, win the game early, 3 goals in the first half. Maybe make 2 changes halftime. 3 changes later down in the game. To safeguard players, he could also go that way.
Yeah, because it's not as easy as just saying, you know, you can't change a full 11 because, as I noted before, you got to be very, very mindful of that kind of rustiness. Now, I remember Norwich already play about 3 or 4 games already, and they're going to go into the game, you know, with the chemistry and a little, the team will be gelled a little bit better, you know, and they don't want to go and then you change your whole 11, you know, the team not up to that match fitness and that match pace,
Yeah.
and then you lose the game and you
Yeah.
out and you take up like that, you know.
I think he'll. I think he'll go with Marshall. Just because of the confidence, you know, and you need a goal scorer. So I think he'll go with Marshall. I think you go with Rashford, knowing that Rashford need a run of games. I think Rashford will be there. But for some reason, I feel he wouldn't start Pogba and Bruno. You know, I feel he'll start with one and then change and bring on the other.
Because we're talking about Saturday and then Tuesday, because we're playing on the 27th Saturday and then we're playing Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, keeping that time in mind, you want to make sure your players not burnt out now. I feel that he will rotate a little bit. I feel we will see Romero. I do agree that he may return with the back line, but then again, I feel we will see Bailly.
Yeah, that's possible. That's the one change might
Yeah.
be, you know.
I do agree that we will see a double pivot. I feel we can see Fred and McTominay. You know, because you got to look at the changes. It can't be too much of a whole team now. It had to be
Right.
You know, I do think so. I do think McTominay, Fred, Daniel James, and Bailly will be the changes. Everybody else,
Okay.
you know, and I do think I feel Rashford need a little rest, boy.
You feel so? I think he need games.
You feel he need games.
I feel he need games.
I mean,
I don't know.
off an
I think
injury,
I don't know, because remember his injury wasn't like a knee or a hamstring or you know.
yeah.
So I just think he need games, but I guess he would know best. I mean, the club would know best, you know. But I think he need games, you know, because those 2 chances today just show you that he lacking that I mean that match fitness.
sharp, yeah, that sharpness.
Yeah, that sharpness. And you know you can really get at his
To
games.
play, yeah, playing games.
You know, and you want him sharper coming down to the other games, especially the Premier League games, you know. So I think even if you get a half, you know, 60 minutes, you know, to get that mobility and that sharpness back, I think you will get that.
Yeah. And I think Josiah agree with you. He say Rashi needs to get confidence, and that happens with games. So that's true. So yeah, so chances are, if Ollie thinking like us, then definitely, you know. And Nico, before Ollie, we wrapping up, right? But if there's one thing I was pleased to see today, and it's something I noticed last week, I saw Lingard on the bench against Tottenham. No Pereira.
Yeah,
And today was Pereira.
Pereira, no Lingard. Yeah. I can only take one out at that time. Right? I can't take two at the same time. It's either one. Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. You know, I agree with that. And I think bringing him on today was just to, you know, pat him on the back and say, you know, you're still part of the team, you know. And you rest Fred, you know, to tell Fred, hey, you playing on the weekend, you know what I mean? Yeah. So Fred will take it. I cool, I play on the weekend, you take it 10 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I see enough of Pereira and Lingard to not see them for the rest of the season.
The rest of the season? Try forever. Try watching them for Fulham or something.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
You know, so, but it's good to see where the team is going. You know, again, guys, the performance today was, you know, was a top class performance. You know, we're seeing the chemistry between Bruno and Pogba developing. You know, it's a fully developed yet. You know, but we're seeing it coming to come. And you know, the more these guys play together, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more combination play and resulting in goals and resulting in better opportunities, Nico, as they continue to play together. You know, I think what Ollie has to do is to make sure, as you were saying earlier, to find that right balance in the midfield so that, you know, it don't compromise how we going forward now. You know? So
yeah. As I was saying, that the midfield is your engine room, you know? and you don't only want your engine room can only have an engine and have a brain too now. You know,
Yeah.
your engine is work with a brain, you know. So you have that somebody to do that work, but you also have to have a brain now. So
Right.
if you have two runners, you know what I mean, with no
And
brain,
no
then
brain.
that don't make no sense.
Yeah.
Right? And if you have two brain with no runners, then again, you know what I mean, that will make no sense. So we really had to find that balance in the midfield, you know what I mean, and I think we got a real good run.
Yeah.
That was 13 games unbeaten. Right. Today again, it should have been more than three. You know, it should have been at least five. I think goal difference. You know, I mean, because we close with goal difference at least with Chelsea. I think we are ahead of them. You know, but I think it could come down to goal difference. So let it don't come down to that, and we in the negative. You know, let we pounce and let we score a goal. I think the run of games that coming up for us is games that we should be bagging and piling up those goals. So let we don't let that be, you know, on our part, you know, so that's that we just take our chances, be more clinical in front of goal.
Yeah. And Chelsea playing Man City tomorrow, so let me keep your fingers crossed that Manchester will help Manchester. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Um.
A Chelsea fan called me today. He say, "Hey, what going on, boy? Take." He say, I say, well, I have a tough one. Let's play Man City tomorrow. He say, "No, we only have Man City and we are Wolves." I say, "Boy, Liverpool too." He say, "No, no, 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 no." He say, "We ain't play Liverpool." I said, "Check it back, check it
Yeah.
back." He said,
Yeah.
"No, I check it. I know the whole schedule. We not play Liverpool." You understand? I think they play Leicester too.
Yeah.
You
Leicester,
know?
Liverpool.
Yeah, Wolves. You understand? So I say, all right. And Man City tomorrow.
So Simeone is saying, don't think Sheffield was prepared for that United. Thought they tried to play straight up. Teams will adjust.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, eh? But I believe with Pogba and Bruno and a firing sharp front three, we should be able to break down teams who come prepared to sit back, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cause you see that link and that interplay today. You know what I mean? Especially for the second goal
Yeah.
and the third goal. You know what I mean? I think that was brilliant, but I think that back heel from Bruno. You know what I mean? Who think that Bruno would have, and that was a bullet pass from Pogba, and Bruno just nonchalantly just knock it down with a back heel,
Yeah.
just in Rashford space. You know, that's going to take it on. You know what I mean? So I think we in for a real good thing, boy.
But if we had to be fair to Simeon's comment,
Mm-hmm.
tougher teams will prove, the metal of
Of
what we see,
course, of
So,
course.
I mean, the most we could do is beat what's in front of us, and
Yeah.
we did that today. Bring on Norwich, bring on Brighton, and we will see how the team develops and how the team evolves as the opponents come, you know?
Yeah, and even if you think about the Spurs game, and Spurs sit real deep and they were real compact, and there are some decent players, and we created chances that we should have won. I
Yeah,
think I think I think what has always come back to mind is that Laurie save, boy. Every time
yeah,
I watch that save, boy, way from
yeah,
Marshall,
yeah,
and that was inside the 6 yard area,
yeah.
tight. We created that space to get up that shot. So I think we in for something real good. It's just for us to be clinical in front of goal and yeah, teams in trouble and they know that the real Manchester United is back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I was actually very surprised and pleased. This is the first time in a
Mm.
long time, right, that I actually saw the starting lineup and I was pleased. And then
Yeah.
when the starting lineup went out on the field, they play good.
Right. Right.
Sometimes we always get gas up. Hey,
Yeah.
this one, that one, and then
Right.
fill up
Right.
go on the field and two on themselves.
Yeah. And I spoke to that in the past. Oli, like, he just listen to the fans. Like, he does know what the fans want and he just respond to the fans, boy. The fans want to see Pogba and Bruno, and he didn't disappoint. And as I was saying, I wasn't see them playing the first game back together, but I could have always see them playing this game together. From the second game, I could have always see them playing together. And all he knows what the fans think, and he really delivering for the fans also.
Yeah, Simeon, of course. Glory, Man United, man, that we're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, so guys, I think that brings us to the end of our, match reaction, match review of our emphatic 3-0 victory against Sheffield United. Martial bagging you know, a beautiful hat trick, you know, 2 poacher goals and the third, an audacious chip, you know, a Martial goal, you know, and, you know, allowing us to put pressure on Chelsea, who faces Man City tomorrow. So we know who we supporting tomorrow, guys.
Nah, well, we are no choice, right?
Yeah, Arvin, now. Arvin, we're trying to do, man. We're trying to do,
Okay.
we're trying to do, man. I remember about 2 seasons ago, Man U was wearing blue,
Blue.
you know, and this is not a Chelsea jersey. It's a Caribbean Gems Trinidad and Tobago 2019. You
Right.
understand? So, bro, don't do me that now. Josiah asking when you going live again. That will be on after the Norwich game, so maybe Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But we'll let you all know beforehand, right? So, any closing remarks, Nico?
Yeah, again, a performance to savor. You know, I think it was really exhilarating performance. You know, I mean, I was really impressed with Matichidi. I'll be honest, I was really impressed with him. I don't like the recovery, but when he's on the ball, the man was real good. You know what I mean? And I really enjoyed that silky type football today. The efficiency from Pogba. You know, that clinicacy, if there's a word. You know, that clinic that Marshall pointed in finishing. I think again, you know, today was a real enjoyable performance, and let's also keep it up. You know, and continue to put that pressure on Chelsea. I think they're feeling the heat because when they look at the run of games that we have compared to them, you know what I mean? They done quaking already. So just keep up their intensity, keep up the levels of performances, and definitely, as Oli said, we could definitely even end up third. You know, so I think that is the goal. You know, to end up in third position, and if we fall short and we fall short into fourth, at least we still achieve Champions League football for next season.
Yeah, and the more the confidence build in them, boy, and them, if the more they'll try new things, they'll try different things. You'll see them going into games, you
Right.
know, with a greater intent, you know. So I mean, guys, this win could only, you know, say good things for us.
Yeah.
So before we go, Josiah, will I get the last word? Josiah saying performance beats old talk any day. Glory, glory, Man United. Savoring the victory. Looking forward to the rest of the season. Yeah, man, we could sleep nice tonight, tell you.
Yeah, for sure. And for his birthday also.
No, that I think it was Jody's birthday. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, have a good night. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for the interaction. You know, we do appreciate it. You know, continue to like, share the video as well. You know, share it on your own page so that you know other Man United fans could see it. And also remember that we have a YouTube. This is being streamed live on YouTube as well. So you could go across there and subscribe and you know follow us there as well, you know. So have a good night, everyone, and thanks for joining in.
Yeah, good night.